Hi everyone, this is Praveen and I have brought a particular lesson from Geography 10th standard, that is Physiography of India, Physical Divisions of India. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the very important aspects of Physiography of India, physical divisions of India, like northern mountains. Under this northern mountains, we are going to discuss about three parallel ranges. First of all, we have a description and detail about the northern mountains. Northern mountains, one of the very important physical division. This physical division is stretched from Indus River to Brahmaputra River. It is stretched about 2,400 kilometers, such a great length between Kanyakumari and eastern states of India. And these northern mountains, particularly what we call Himalayas, it is having different land features like valleys and many mountains, hills, passes. All these very unique features it contained. And this is the very oldest fold mountains, and we call this young fold mountains. The best example for the young fold mountains, that is Himalayas. These are young and as well as these are old fold mountains. And these northern mountains comprise three important parallel ranges. Those parallel ranges are: one is Greater Himalaya, Lesser Himalaya, and Shivalik Himalaya. We also call Shivalik Hills. These are parallel ranges, comes under Northern Himalaya. There are three important parallel ranges, just before I said. That is Greater, Lesser, and Shivalik. So first let's have a detail about Greater Himalaya. Greater Himalaya is nothing but innermost, continuous, highest mountains. These are the best words describe the Greater Himalaya: innermost, highest, and continuous. And its average height is about 6,100 meter. And these are the very highest mountains in the world, we call. And some of the best example for the peaks which are in Greater Himalaya: Kanchanjunga is there, Dhavalagiri, Nanda Devi, and these are the very notable peaks. This Greater Himalaya is always covered by snow. Because of this factor, we call it as Himadri. The Greater Himalaya is always covered by snow, hence it is called Himadri. So moving to the next point, it is the home of many glaciers. The home of many glaciers. Glaciers, nothing but it is a type of river in which the ice cubes and icebergs move very slowly along the basin of the river. For example, Gangotri is there, Yamunotri. The best example for glaciers, those are in Greater Himalaya. And Moving on to the next point. There are some of the passes. Passes are the gaps between two mountains which connect two places as a mode of transportation. Those are called passes. The second important parallel range, that is Lesser Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya is one of the very important parallel range that comes under northern mountains. These are located, where these are located? These are located south of the Greater Himalaya. South of Greater Himalaya. And this Lesser Himalaya having one more name, that is Himachal. Himachal is the one of the another name that we call for Lesser Himalaya. There are many parallel ranges under this Lesser Himalaya: Pir Panjal, Dhauladhar, Mussoorie, Mahabharat, and Darjeeling. These are some sub-ranges comes under Lesser Himalaya. And we have to focus on some important valleys comes under this Lesser Himalaya. Which are those valleys? Kulu Valley, Kangra Valley, and Kashmir Valley. These are the three important valleys comes under Lesser Himalaya. And many hill stations are there in this category. Hill stations. Those hill stations are Mussoorie, Ranikhet, and Nainital, Darjeeling. Many times asked these questions: which are the hill stations comes under Himalaya? Which are the valleys comes under this Lesser Himalaya? So we have to focus on valleys and hill stations comes under this. The third important parallel range is Shivalik Hills. Shivalik Hills are outermost. These are also called outermost. And one more best suited word is foothills of Himalaya. Remember this, which are called foothills of Himalaya, that is Shivalik Hills. And these are located south of the Himalaya. South of the Himalaya. So these are called outer Himalaya. So we have to remember why it is called outer Himalaya. Remember. And having a 1500 meter height. And these mountains, Shivalik Hills, flat at bottom. These are very flat at bottom. Hills are always having very little height compared to the peaks and mountains. And structured valley. This is having adjoining valleys on the slopes of the hills. This particular landform feature, that is structured valley, and the hills which are flat at the bottom, this unique feature is called dunes. The best example for the dunes is Dehradun in North India. Dehradun is the best example for dunes. The next concept is the importance of Himalaya. Why it is very advantageous. What important benefits we get out of Himalaya. Let's have point wise. First point is, it is acting like a natural frontier. It is like a border which prevent foreign invasion. Nobody can cross over the Himalaya. It is a natural border. And second point, it prevents cold winds which blow from Central Asia. From Siberia, the cold winds usually blow from and blow towards India and keeps India warm because of the great height of Himalaya. And this Himalaya stops rain-bearing winds and results in heavy rainfall in northern states. For example, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and many more states. Because of the presence of higher mountains, the orographic rainfall takes place there. And it is the place of a very thick forest. On the slopes of the Himalayan mountains, there is a thick forest and wildlife. This is the very best place for plantation crops. And this is the storehouse of minerals and birthplace of many rivers. These rivers has formed many falls, which is very useful for generation of hydroelectricity. So these are all the importance of Himalaya. So this concept has been asked for 3 marks as well as 4 marks in board exam.